Dasha Mahavidya, 10 powerful wisdom goddesses of Tantra. The highest spiritual truth is that reality is one. That reality, when personified as the Divine Mother, expresses itself in countless ways. The 10 Mahavidyas or wisdom goddesses represent distinct aspects of divinity, intent on guiding the spiritual seeker towards liberation. For the devotionally minded seeker, these forms can be approached in a spirit of reverence, love, and increasing intimacy. For a knowledge oriented seeker, these same forms can represent various states of inner awakening along the path to enlightenment. Divine Mother appears in 10 different forms, guarding each of the 10 directions. Each of these forms of the Divine Mother have been given a name, story, quality, and their own mantras. A set of spiritual practices within Sanatan Dharma has faced significant misinterpretation and undue criticism, primarily influenced by the actions of some specific practitioners. Often wrongly linked to black magic, these practices suffer from a lack of proper understanding among many. Tantra, a fundamental aspect of these practices, has been secretly protected and maintained within certain traditions for centuries. Its origins trace back to a time when spiritual knowledge was closely guarded and passed down through select lineages. As it spread geographically, Tantra absorbed and integrated the cultural nuances of the regions it reached, thereby becoming a practice rich in diversity and adaptability. This evolution allowed Tantra to gain acceptance in various cultures, each adding its unique interpretation and methods to the core principles. These 10 Mahavidyas, also known as Tantric goddesses, are Kali, Tara, Tripura Sundari, Bhuneshwari, Bhairavi, Chinnamasta, Dhumavati, Bagalamukhi, Matangi, and Kamalatmika. Kali. She is the first in the series of the wisdom goddesses who represents the power of consciousness in its highest form. She is Adi Mahavidya or the primary Vidya. She is beyond time and space and seen as a devourer of time and worshipped as the very essence of the Brahman. She symbolizes the power of transformation. The rest of the Mahavidya emanate from Kali and reflect her virtues, powers, and nature in varying shades. Tara. The goddess is variously understood as a star who is beautiful but perpetually self combusting. She is seen as guide and protector who helps her devotees to cross the ocean of worldly existence. Tara's symbolism is often related to death, but in its broader sense, as the death of the ego, she removes the mistaken notions we have of our own identities. Lalita Tripura Sundari or Shodashi, one who is most beautiful in the three worlds. She symbolizes our need to purify our awareness and cleanse the mind of unworthy thought. She also symbolizes wealth. Bhuneshwari, the goddess as world mother. Bhuvana means this living world and Ishwari means ruler. The entire universe is said to be her body and all beings are ornaments of her infinite being. She carries all the worlds as a flowering of her own self nature. She represents the power of openness and infinite expansion, of equanimity in spirit and profound peace that contains in it all things that cannot be disturbed. Tripura Bhairavi, the fierce and terrifying aspect of Devi, also called Shubhamkari, good mother to good people and terrible to the bad ones. Bhairavi symbolizes the maternal instinct to protect offspring. She destroys ignorance and helps us overcome the negative forces that exist within ourselves and at the same time manifest our material desires. Chinnamasta, the self-decapitated goddess. The severed head symbolizes liberation, but the most symbolic message of this form of the goddess is that we all possess a rare courage needed to make the ultimate sacrifice. The blood spurting from her neck represents prana, cosmic life force which sustains her own life as well as that of all other beings in the universe. Chinnamasta can also be interpreted as an awakening of the Kundalini in each one of us. Dhumavati, the one made of smoke. This transcendent power shows us that a dark side of life is very much a reality we all have to confront. Dhumavati stands for the corrosive power of time that robs us of all that which is valuable to us, that is, loved ones, beauty, vigor, vitality. The lesson of Dhumavati is to understand the transient nature of all experiences. She is a great teacher who reveals the ultimate knowledge of the universe and teaches us to cultivate a sense of detachment from our senses. Bagalamukhi, the one who paralyzes enemies. She stops all motion at the appropriate time and silences the mind. She is praised as the giver of siddhis and riddhis, supernatural and magical powers to her devotees who seek her with sadhana. Matangi, the tantric form of goddess Saraswati, is another ferocious aspect of Devi. Meditation on Matangi is prescribed especially to gain control over enemies, attract people, and acquire mastery over the arts. Kamalatmika, the lotus goddess, the Tantric Lakshmi, is a form that holds the promise of wealth, prosperity, and well being. She sits holding a lotus with two hands. Kamala symbolizes the unfolding of inner consciousness. Much like the petals of a lotus, she is worshipped in the hope of bringing material wealth. The lesson from Kamala is to see the beauty in everything around us and to understand that true wealth is only achieved when it is shared with others selflessly. Let us all pray together to Divine Mother for our spiritual progress and well being.